Today, we're learning to model with polynomials. If you're working in business or doing different, like architecture and stuff, you use polynomials to figure out what might be the best length, what might be the best number of things to buy for your store, whatever. But we're going to look at modeling with polynomials today. So your essential question is, how do I use polynomials to model situations? Learning intention. I'm learning to model mathematical and real-world problems with polynomials. So for your warm-up, create a polynomial to model the area of these two composite figures. So if we're looking at the two figures, those two warm-ups, what does that look like? Pause the video and see if you can figure that out on your own. Well, I do hope you tried. On the first one, you've got to decide, do I want to split it top to bottom or side to side? If I'm looking at this, I think I myself would go side to side, because this now becomes y times y, which is y squared. Area is your length times your width. So for the first, I've got y times 4y plus 6. And then that's the top area, plus the bottom is y times y. So length times width on both of them. The bottom one is, the smaller one is a square, which is nice. Now we distribute. Y times 4y is 4y squared, plus y times 6 is 6y, plus y times y is y squared. Combine your like terms. 4y squared plus 1y squared is 5y squared plus 6y. And we're done. Okay, what about the bottom one? If I am looking at it, I see a triangle. How do we find the area of a triangle? Length times width divided by 2. Here's my triangle. Then the bottom is a rectangle. Rectangle is simply length times width for the area. So for the top area, the bottom is 2x plus 8. And I'm going to multiply by the height, which is x minus 10. That is all divided by 2. Plus, for the bottom area, x times 2x plus 8. Okay, I need to multiply two binomials. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to create my box to do this with. 2x plus 8 and x minus 10. 2x times x is 2x squared. 8 times x is 8x. I'm done with the first row. 2x times negative 10 is negative 20x. 8 times negative 10 is negative 80. It's not a very good negative 20x. You can't read it very good, but we'll see if I can fix it. Yeah, that's a little bit better. You combine at the diagonal. You've got 2x squared. 8x minus 20x is negative 12x minus 80. all over 2. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times 8 is 8x. Remember, we're distributing the x to both of them. Okay, we're almost done. 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. Negative 12x divided by 2 is negative 6x. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4 plus 2x squared plus 8x equals. Okay, combine our like terms. X squared plus 2x squared is 3x squared. Negative 6x plus 8x is 2x plus 2x. Negative, and then minus 4 at the end. And we are done. So, 3x squared, negative 6x plus 8x is positive 2x minus 4. And that would be the equation for the area. But we would have to know what x was to be able to solve. Okay, so how many of you have a phone? Do you buy those screen protectors? I do, because I always drop mine and I don't want that shattered screen. Millions of screen protectors for handheld electronic devices are produced and sold each year. A company that produces screen protectors has a revenue in dollars given by the polynomial 15x minus 0.00001x squared, where x is the number of screen protectors produced and sold. The cost in dollars of producing x screen protectors is 300,000 plus 2x plus 0.000097x squared. Determine the polynomial representing the profit from producing and selling x screen protectors. Then use the polynomial to calculate the profits from producing and selling 400,000 screen protectors. Always simplify those equations. Okay, that was a lot, but they've given us this kind of graphic organizer. So our profit is equal to our revenue minus our cost. So if we're going to do this, let's set it up as an equation. Our profit is equal to 15x minus 0.00012341 1x squared minus the quantity of 300,000 minus plus 2x plus 0.0. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7x squared. Okay, now we have to distribute that negative sign. We've got to multiply everything inside by negative 1, and they will all become their opposites. So my profit is equal to 15x minus 0.0001x squared minus 300,000. Remember, it's changing to the opposite sign. Minus 2x minus 0, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.97x squared. Okay, let's combine our like terms. The first like terms are 15x minus 2x. So my profit is 15x minus 2x, 13x. I've got negative 0.00001x squared, negative. So I will combine them with addition. I'm going to have you look at what this looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7. So you're going to subtract 0.1234197 x squared, and then also you're going to subtract 300,000. Okay, now on the next page we are going to use that equation and find out how much money they make on 400,000 screen protectors. Those are some really small numbers and really big numbers. So step 1 will be to rewrite the equation. Our profit is equal to 13x minus 0.1234197 x squared minus 300,000. I'm going to substitute in 400,000. So P is equal to 13 times 400,000 minus 0.023417 times 400,000. This time I'm going to square it, then minus 300,000. Now, am I going to do this in my head? Don't think so. So I get my calculator. 13 times 400123 minus 0.197 times 400,000. This time I square it. Minus 300,000. And what do I get? Whoa, that is a big number. $1,748,000. That's quite a bit of profit. I could like that. Okay, John determined that the expression n squared plus 2n plus 1 represents a sequence of figurate numbers 4, 9, 16, 25. What is a figurate number? I want you to pause for a minute and think about what we know about these numbers. If you look at your multiplication tables, these numbers are all perfect squares. So, did John solve the problem correctly? Explain why or why not. Okay, if I'm looking at this, this would be 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. So, to get to the next one, if this is n, the previous number, I add 1 to it, and then I square it. Think about it. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 9. Now we go to 3, or 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Now we go to 4. Well, 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 squared is 16, and so forth. That means I am multiplying n plus 2 squared, n plus 1 squared. So n times n is n squared. 1 times n is n. 1 times n is n. 1 times 1 is 1. So this becomes n squared plus 2n plus 1. Yes, he did. Because n plus 1 quantity squared is equal to n squared plus 2n plus 1. And we're done. Any questions? Okay, for the last one. A company has opened 3 new stores at the beginning of last year. Polynomials representing the total revenue and total costs for each store are shown in the table below, where T is the time in months since the beginning of the year. Which store has the greatest profit? Do we add our cost? Do we subtract our cost? Do we multiply by our cost? Or do we divide by our cost? We subtract. So if I am looking at A, store A is equal to 15t to the third plus 7t squared plus 900. Subtract the quantity 14t to the third plus 5t squared plus 800. Change everything to its opposites. Multiply by -1. So store A is equal to 15t to the third plus 7t squared plus 900 minus 14t to the third minus 5t squared minus 800. Let's combine our like terms. 15t squared minus 14t squared. 15 minus 14 is simply 1t to the third. Sorry, t to the third. Now we're going to do plus 7t squared minus 5t squared. 7 minus 5 is 2 plus 2t squared. And finally, for the last, we have those numbers. Positive 900, negative 800. 900 minus 800 is 100. And that would be the simplified expression for what the store made. Now, what about store B? I've got 9t to the third plus 11t squared plus 1100 minus 3t to the third plus 2t squared plus 800. They seem to like that plus 800, don't they? Okay, distribute the negative sign. Make sure everything changes to its opposite. B is equal to 9t to the third plus 11t squared plus 1100 minus 3t to the third minus 2t squared minus 800. Same thing again, we're going to collect those like terms. I've got 9t to the third minus 3t to the third. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6t to the third. I have plus 11t squared minus 2t squared. 11 minus 2 is 9. So plus 9t squared. And finally, for the last, I have positive 1100 minus 800. 1,100 minus 800 is 300. Okay, look at the A and B. Which one did the better? Which one had the higher revenue? It would have been store B. But we still have to check store C. So looking at store C, I have 24th t to the third plus 6t squared plus 700 minus the quantity of 22t to the third plus 6t squared plus 800. Distribute your negative sign, multiply by -1. C is equal to 24 t to the third plus 6t squared plus 700, then minus 22t to the third minus 6t squared minus 800. Combine our like terms. 24t to the third minus 22t to the third. 24 minus 22 is 2t to the third. Okay, 6t squared minus 6t squared. They cancel out, that is 0. And finally, 700 minus 800. And that would be -100. So looking again, we already decided that B had more revenue than than A. What about B and C? B is definitely the winner. So store B had the higher revenue, had the higher profit. Okay, how do you know when you're successful? When you can model mathematical and real-world problems with polynomials. So this is adding, subtracting, and we multiplied. I guess we did divide that one by 2. Polynomials.